Are you looking to climb the ladder? Do you want to get promoted into a manager or a leadership position, but often find yourself stuck and not knowing how do you make progress? If that's you, you are in the right place. Today, we will break down how to get promoted. This is a question which is on top of many people's mind every day. I get asked this question asked by my mentees almost every week. There's no rocket science behind it. It's a very simple process. All it requires is you understand and excel at your role, you increase your visibility, you network, you find a sponsor for yourselves, show initiative and innovate, and then last, ask for it. Let's go step by step. Let's start with your first step, which is you got this new job, new role. You need to understand what does success look like for this role. Without you excelling at your current role, you're not going to get promoted. So the first step is for you to understand what does the success look like for your current role. Understand it deeply, intimately, and don't stop at your role. Also try to understand roles above you. What does your manager do? What does your manager's manager do? What is expected out of them? What are the problems on their mind? What does success look like to them? Once you've understood what your role entails and what the success look like for your current role, you need to build a plan together with your manager on how you're going to achieve success and put milestones for next 6, 12, 18 months. Moving on to the second step, we have grown up hearing your work will talk for you, your work will speak for you, good work sells itself. Not in today's world. You need to be the best salesperson for yourself, for your work. There is nobody else selling your work other than you. If you're not going to sell it, nobody will know about it. Now, this is not about you, taking or stealing credit for other people's work or anything else, or you're boasting. No, nothing's like that. It's more about you making people aware of what value you have delivered. This can come in many forms. It can come in form of weekly, bi-weekly newsletters that you send out in an email format. This is what you have done. This is what you're going to do next. These are the problems that you're facing. This is how you plan to overcome them and whatnot. It could also be a lunch and learn or a showcase or a roadshow kind of a presentation where after you have achieved something, you talk everybody through what you have done, how you solved the problems, and what did you accomplish. But more importantly, your work needs to be associated with you. You need to be more visible. You need to have more face time with the people who actually will control your promotion. Number 3 is networking. I know networking is hard, especially for people who are introverted like myself. It just doesn't come naturally to us. We have to put extra effort into networking, make sure people know us, people know what we do, and when a big impactful project comes, our name is on top of their mind. Now, how do you do that? You need to spend time in knowing people, building relationship with these people. Networking doesn't happen when you go and sit in a conference room in a meeting or doing a small talk. How was your weekend? What did you do? And blah, blah, blah. Yes, that's a good start, but you need to do more than that. Networking also is most effective when it's done in one-on-one setting. I highly encourage for those of you who are in-office environment, go have coffee with people, go have lunch with people. Once in a while, a happy hour if you are one of those person. But you need to step outside of your comfort zone and be uncomfortable in meeting people and talking to them and building those relationships. Because don't forget, your network is the one who's going to vouch for you when it comes for time to promotion. Now remember that networking shouldn't be done when you're ready to ask for something. That's a wrong way to network. You should network first. Keep your network warm all the time before you actually need help from your network. So if you haven't been spending time in networking, you should have started yesterday, but the next best time is today. Start today. And for those of you who are wondering, how do we network? How can you improve your networking skills? How do you build relationships? I would list down some of the recommended books and other resources in the description below. I would also make a future video on how to do networking effectively in a workplace setting in both in-person and remote environments. Let's move on to to step 4. Okay, you have understood your role, you know what you're gonna do, you have made yourself visible, you are working tirelessly on networking. What's next? This is the piece where your humility needs to be on the top. You need to seek feedback, adapt, and course correct your path. Now, seeking feedback is a very challenging thing. There are times when you will hear things which will sound like personal attacks. I want to remind you, feedback is not about you. Feedback is about what you do. Whatever you hear, do not try to defend it. Always acknowledge it. Thank you for the feedback. Let me digest it and come back to you. Gathering feedback doesn't also mean that you have to agree with everything, but you must acknowledge everything that is told to you. So gather feedback from your manager, if possible from your skip manager, from your peers, from other key stakeholders, your customers, your partner teams. If you're in engineering, talk to your principal engineers, senior engineers, architects that you work with. Getting their feedback and adapting it and making sure that you are improving continuously is paramount. The next step is initiative and innovation. Now, you are excelling at your current role. How do you make sure that you are separating yourself out from everybody else? Like, you need to stand out. Remember, as you go up in the corporate hierarchy, the number of roles at every next step is order of magnitude smaller than your current level. If there are 10 junior engineers on a team, probably there are 1 or 2 senior engineers. Maybe there's 1 manager. For every 5, 6 teams, there is 1 senior manager. For every 7, 8, 10 teams, there is probably 1 director. For teams of 500, 800,000 people, there is a VP. So competition is hard. It's very tough. You need to do something where you can stand out from everybody else. How do you do that? You don't wait to be assigned a piece of work or a project. You take initiative, you find projects that are impactful. Take that problem, raise your hand, solve that problem, and complete the loop. Once you do it multiple times, people start seeing you as a dependable, as a trustworthy person who they can come to when there is a need with an important project. So you need to be seen as a person who has great ideas, who can solve problems, and who can deliver on projects effectively. Last but not the least, it's time to ask for that promotion. In our corporate world, the real truth is you're not gonna get a promotion unless you ask for it. So when you feel you are ready, you make sure you document all your accomplishments. You circle back with your manager and walk them through what you have done and start laying out a promotion timeline. Now remember, in today's corporate world, especially in tech, promotions are usually a side effect of growth. Typically, when a person starts operating at the next level for 6, 8, 9, 10 months, maybe a year, is when they effectively get promoted. So this is the time when you feel you are already there, you start talking to your manager, making sure that your work is visible, making sure they have visibility into what you're doing and they are selling your work at the higher levels. And that's when you start building the case. So that's it is all about. Knowing your job, doing it well, making sure people understand what you're doing, what you're delivering, networking, seeking feedback and adapting regularly, innovating and going above and beyond. And last but not the least, ask for it. I will repeat, it's your career. You have to be in the driver's seat. You have to be the one asking for the promotion that you deserve. And don't wait for your manager to come to you with the promotion. I will summarize it. Getting a promotion is not about just hard work. And I'll clarify, I'm not saying hard work is not important. Hard work is very, very important. But it's also important to make sure your hard work is visible, acknowledged by others. You are not a person who's waiting for problems to be assigned to you. You are proactive, you are taking initiative, you are finding problems that are worth solving for and going and solving them. And you are a person who people like to work with because they see that you listen, you acknowledge, you improve, and you do it continuously. And you are a great team player. And you are trustworthy and you are dependable and a reliable person who can deliver on projects, especially the important ones. I would also say getting to promotion is an incremental journey. It's not a step function. I also like to say promotion is usually a side effect of growth. We all want to get promoted, get the next title, and a lot of other benefits come along with the promotion. All that is good and great. But focus more on growing yourself, getting the skills that you don't have today, improving the skills that you have today, and becoming a better professional, a better person usually yields to better outcomes. Stay persistent, stay positive, and most importantly, believe in yourself. Because if you will not, nobody else will. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with others who might benefit from it. If you feel I have missed anything or I can do anything better, please leave your feedback in comments. And don't forget to press that bell icon so you don't miss out on any of the new videos that I share. Until next time.